Hey guys, hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Um, Today I'm at home and I've just been reflecting today in thought and really wanting to reflect on this whole month. Like this month is coming to an end. Okay, December 1st is coming up, and this month has been the most, I'd say, healing, awakening, transformative like month that I've ever had this entire month. I mean, like from beginning to end, from the first week of November and now we're in the last week of November, every week, and sometimes day after day after day. I can't tell you how many tears I've cried, tears of joy, tears of pain, tears of I mean frustration, so many different tears, but I'm excited and I'm happy because it was all worth it. What I gained was worth every tear, no matter what kind of tear it was. It was just worth it. So today, though, I want to talk to you guys about something I've been reflecting on as well, and it's just about your life's purpose. I feel like a lot of times we get so stuck on what we're supposed to do in life, we don't even move forward because we're still stuck where we are. And it's because we don't have direction, and we look to everyone else besides ourselves to give us the answer. What is my life's purpose? And I know for me, I was that same way. And like, even those that might need a coach or a mentor to lead them in that direction, but a lot of times they just give you questions to fill out and different things like that that's supposed to allow you to find what makes you happy, what are the things that you really enjoy, and just different things like that. But I don't want you to do that to find your life's purpose. I just want to tell you these four things, and I want you to go from there. I want to plant this seed and I want you to grow it, honestly. And that's just what I do. So for me, in my reality, you guys, my belief, and it doesn't have to be yours at all, because everybody believes something and their experiences have led them somewhere. And my experiences have led me here to this understanding. And it's that I believe every human's life purpose is to know themselves, believe in themselves, trust themselves, and love themselves. I believe that that is everyone's life's purpose. Now, whatever comes after that, I believe is a bonus, because I feel like a lot of times we get stuck in these cycles over and over and over. And it's like, of course, it's connected to childhood. We already know that, right? Or if you don't, then it's connected to childhood. That's where it all starts. That's where the root is, right? But then as we grow and develop and stuff, we start coming in contact with some of the same situations at different points, right? It might be every year around the same time. That's happened to me many times. Or it'll just be every year, every so often, this similar situation or the same type of energy will come up. For example, like the energy of trust, lack of trust, right? That'll come up in many different ways, and it'll keep coming up, right? And you're just like, man, why the heck am I? It's like, this is either making me really not trust people even more because of the situations that keep happening, but at the same time, it's allowing me to trust myself more, trust my intuition, trust what I thought I knew, to realize I really did know it. Because a lot of times it's just us not really believing in ourselves, not really believing that we have the answers, and really just relying on everything outside of ourselves for the answers that we really seek. So that's what I've learned, and that's what I really believe. I believe that when you know that, when you know yourself, when you love yourself, when you trust yourself, when you believe in yourself, everything else will start to align. Because a lot of the things that we go through is really because of self. It's really because of something that we're dealing with that's projecting itself outside of us. And it'll keep coming up until it's something that we take care of. And I know for many, many years, I was like not trusting anyone at all. And I wasn't even trusting myself. I kept second guessing myself, overthinking. And that could be you too. Just overthinking a lot in your head, using your left brain so much, the left side of your brain. And that's always the questioning, the thoughts, the overthinking. And so I was definitely in that. And you could be one of those people that do that still. And you're just like, well, what is that about? And a lot of it is it's just the lack of trust. It's the lack of trust in yourself. Once you start trusting yourself more, then you will begin to, and I want to say trust others, but I would like to talk more about that live because it's a lot to say about that. Because when you really trust yourself, you trust others, but it's different. I feel like it's a different feeling than just being like, oh, well, if I trust myself, I just trust others. Yes, but at the same time, it's really just all you. Honestly, it really just is all you. So once you trust yourself, you're not really concerned. When you really trust yourself, you're not really concerned about trusting others. So it really doesn't really matter at that point. Because when you trust yourself, you'll trust your intuition. You will know what to do. You'll know who to be around. You know who not to be around. You know what your boundaries are. You'll know all those different things. So really, it becomes more just about you than about now I can trust other people. You know, you can, but it's just about you, honestly. And I hope that makes sense. So if it doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments. I can go live. We can really like dissect this whole thing. But yeah, that was one thing that kept coming up for me, is the lack of trust. So when you do that, when you start trusting yourself, you're able to move different ways. You're able to flow in life better, because you feel this confidence and this self-empowerment. And maybe that is something that it's going to be, if you haven't felt that yet, maybe you're watching this because that's what's coming next. Or maybe you've been lacking trust and you've been overthinking, or maybe you are on this journey of self right now, of learning who you are, wanting to know who you are. And let me just tell you, do not stop at I am energy. Please don't stop there. Please go further than that if you want to go further. Because yes, we are all energy, okay? We're energy inside of these avatars. A lot of us know that by now. There's been so many videos about this. And so we know that, right? We know people describe energy as a spirit as well. So it's the same thing, really. It's just a non-physical, who we are inside of this avatar is non-physical, right? And this is the physical part of us. So knowing yourself, and a lot of people, they stop right there. And it's okay if you have to. But I say go a little bit deeper than that. Who are you really? You know, not just the things that you like, but some people, they don't even really know that. Some people, they don't know, because you could be a person that relied upon what everyone else told you were, what they said you were like, what they said, oh, this is what you would do. And then you start really thinking like, oh, they must know me. You know, they're my family, they're my friends, they're my coworkers, they're around me. They must know me, so I must be this person. And let me just tell you that some of the time, I say most of the time, at least in my experience, it's just not true. And I think it's because we're able to become certain versions of ourselves around certain people in certain situations and different things like that. So maybe that's the cause of that. But knowing yourself on a deeper level, more than anyone else, to where if someone tells you that you're this way, you'll know right away, no, yeah, that's not me. And I love that too. No, And even when you're on your self-discovery journey, you could be on that journey and changing and evolving, and there are people around you that could still be putting you in this box and still not wanting you to evolve and expand, because they're not. And so then when you're around them, they still treat you the same way, regardless of how you've evolved. They still want to talk to you about the same things. They still want to go do the same things and everything. And it's not aligning with who you are anymore. And that's really hard for people that are stagnant to really get. So knowing yourself, trusting yourself, and loving yourself, okay, guys. Woo, y'all, I thought I loved myself until I really start doing the work and start realizing that what I thought was love was just like, I don't even know what to describe it as. It was a good practice. Maybe I'll say that. It was a good practice. But when you really start loving yourself, man, you become unstoppable, because there's nothing anybody can say or do, you know, to make you feel less than. You know, and that's why it's good to know who you are, because you know who you are, so you begin to love who you really are. And some of us are stuck loving who we were, and we're stuck on that because that's all we know. So we just know to love the version of ourselves that we used to be, but in the present moment we're like, okay, I'm not even that person anymore. So I'm evolving. I need to love myself at every stage. I need to love myself through every stage of whatever your weight is, whatever you're going through in life. Like for me, it was hard for me to really, I felt like, get back to my weight that I was before I had before I had my baby. And I was just kind of like, right before that, I was like, I really loved my weight. I was like look, I have 4 children, okay? And this was the very last one. And by the time before I got pregnant with her, I was at the weight I wanted to be at. I was doing the health things that I wanted to do. I had my self-care routine down, AM, PM. I mean, I was living in bliss. I was awakening to who I really was. I was beginning to love myself and really like looking at myself in the mirror again, because it took so long to get to that point, you guys. And I had, this was the second stage where I felt like, where I really died. And this was the second time. And I mean, the second big time, as I explained in another video. And so I was at that point in my life. And then, the baby weight came. And I was just like, okay, it's all right. I know what to do. But what I didn't expect was to pretty much be injured, I guess you would say, or to have complications during my pregnancy toward the end. And then as I delivered, the way I delivered, it really affected me in a certain way to where, it was pretty bad. And so I couldn't recover the way I wanted to recover, the way I thought I would recover. And so it was hard to really love the new version of me. And I kept loving who I was. I kept looking at the pictures of me being small and like, I'm gonna get back there, And it took me almost a year to realize I'll never be that person again. That person is gone. It's not that I can't go back to that size that I was before, but I'm just no longer that person. So much has happened. I'm no longer that person. I continue to evolve from even that. So loving yourself at every stage and not being stuck with who you were before, that you have to be that person, or that you even, that you have to be that person, because you're just not. I hope I'm not giving you too much at one time, because sometimes I do that. And as I'm just like rumbling and talking, because see, I don't have notes, guys. I don't have pen, paper. I don't have anything. I'm just talking to you guys. And so knowing yourself, trusting yourself, and loving yourself. And some people, they might even ask, how do you begin to love yourself? How do you know that you love yourself? And those are all great questions. Leave them in a comment. Leave a comment if you want to, for me to expand. It's just that I don't, you guys, the longer I talk, the more I just go into a lot of different things, and I'm trying to just be focused on just this one topic. So that's why I like to just do different videos, targeting certain things. But how do you love yourself? The short answer is spend time with yourself. When you learn who you are, you start knowing that, you start trusting yourself, everything works hand in hand. It's like the same thing, really. Like the same energy. Then you start loving yourself because you start realizing that you aren't just who you thought you were. You're so much more. When you start spending time with yourself, you start releasing some thoughts and some different things, and you start being challenged with those negative mindsets. And when you're strong enough to start to reprogram your mind and that's reprogram your mind, guys, it doesn't have to seem hard. When they say reprogram your mind, it doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. It's just literally thinking differently and choosing to do it. And you don't have to go to a class for that. You don't have to get a certificate for that. You don't have to read a book for that. It literally is just choosing to change the way that you think. And you can do it just like this. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just as easy as, sometimes when you get upset, I know you know. There's sometimes when you get upset and it's like that, that stage, like, it's like that sweet spot right before you're about to get really upset, and you have like a few seconds of thought before you choose to get really upset about something. I know that's me. I don't know if that's you, but it could be. And I know I have like these seconds, and I can make the decision whether I want to get really upset or not, even if it's justified, right? Even if it's like, yeah, girl, it's okay to be upset about that, but I can choose that. So what I started doing was choosing the thing that made me feel the best, choosing the thing that made me feel good, the thing that didn't make me go to a place where I really didn't want to be. But also, on the other hand, you guys, sometimes I choose it. Sometimes I choose to be upset. Sometimes I choose to be angry. Sometimes I choose to scream or yell. And I don't feel like it's a bad thing. And I want to tell you guys, if that's you, it is not a bad thing to be angry. Oh my gosh, it's not a bad thing to be upset. These are valid emotions. And one of the things that I feel like a lot of people are spreading, and is that it's not okay. It's not okay for you to get upset. But why not? Why isn't it okay to be upset? Why? These are emotions. We're having a human experience here. Why isn't it upset to be upset, to raise my voice, to go to that point? Because the more I hold that back, that energy, it's just like blocking up your meridian pathways. It's like blocking up your chakras. When you decide to hold that energy back because someone has told you it's not okay to be upset, it's not okay to be angry, it's not okay to express yourself, it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to show emotions, or somebody's told you you're too emotional, there is nothing wrong with that. Now, with that being said, yeah, do you want to stay there? No. Why? Because sometimes when you get to that point where you get angry and you get upset and you get emotional and different things like that, it's okay to feel that way for a little while, right? Give yourself some time. Whether you need to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, just shut everything down and you got to just go in to release this energy. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Get to a place. Sometimes you just might need to get to a place by yourself if you can. Bathroom, car, closet, whatever. And you want to move from that energy because you don't want to stay there, because when you stay there, then you start living there. And what I mean by live there is other thoughts start to occur. Ooh, then you start going into your past. This has happened before. I'm so upset that it happened again. Why is this happening to me? Nothing in my life has changed. Oh yeah, all those things start coming. And it's okay to sit there for a minute so that you can teach yourself this. When you go through those experiences and those thoughts happen, now is the time for you to inhale that. Yeah, I'm there. And then release it. And then change it into something positive. Change it into, you know what? I know I'm so freaking angry right now. This keeps happening to me. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like no one understands me. Why is nobody here for me and I'm here for everybody else? Where's my shoulder to cry on? Why don't I feel like I fit in? Why don't I feel like I'm understood? And you get to that point, you want to say those things to yourself, and then you switch it on and say, you know what? Yeah, I feel this way, but you know what? Everything works for my good. Everything works for my good. I trust myself and I trust the path that I'm on. And I know that no one can tell me who to be or what to do but me. I know that these things are coming up to help me. Everything works for me, not against me. So I know if it's coming up in my life, again, that means there's something that I need to be paying attention to. There's something I need to be doing differently, maybe. Something that needs my attention so that I can move forward, so that it won't keep occurring. And if it does occur, I'll respond a different way next time. And see, that's what I allow myself. I allow myself grace. Allow yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself, especially if you're being hard on yourself because of what somebody else said you should be or do, or how it should look. I mean, nobody could tell you that. So don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to scream. Give yourself permission to let it out. Then give yourself permission to pick yourself back up again and do it again and start over. And nothing's wrong. And when I say start over, some people are going to be like, well, I'm tired of starting over. Well, don't look at it like starting over. Yeah, okay, we're going to use the words, but just look at it as I'm continuing this journey. I'm starting from where I am now. And if you want to go deeper than that, and you starting over to work for you instead of looking at it in a negative way, yeah, you can do that. I do that with everything. I look at things both ways, okay? Because I believe that every word and every situation, every experience has a negative and a positive, or something that you feel like works for you and against you. And then I started to expand that and say, no, everything works for me. My emotions work for me. My anger works for me. Fear works for me. Because I'm feeling self-empowered within this, because I'm facing whatever it is I need to face. Why? So I can know myself even more. Where am I getting triggered? Why am I getting triggered? Okay, let me work on that. Because see, I don't want anything to be in my way. As I continue to grow and expand, things come easily to me. They flow to me because I've created the space for that. And not just with what I say, but what I do. And not just with what I do, but how I think. And not just with how I think, but my interactions with others. It all works together. So you guys, know yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, be yourself. Be yourself. Some of you have been hiding because you're afraid of what that's going to look like if you really just be yourself. And I want you to try it for one day. Just for one day, I want you to be yourself. Whether that is going with no makeup on for that day, whether that is really living in your truth and rising up in whatever way that looks like for you, whatever it is, be yourself for one day and see how it feels, and come back and let me know. Because some of us are stuck. And to me, I feel like sometimes because I can feel people's energy when I'm around them, I pick up on that, and I just feel like sad. Like even right now, like somebody is making me feel really emotional. Like I just want to cry, because it's a serious thing what I'm talking about. Knowing yourself, loving yourself, trusting yourself, being yourself is hard. But it doesn't have to stay hard. You evolve from that. You use that hardness to get you where you need to be, to help you to rise up and realize who you really are, and that you really hold everything in your hands, not somebody else's. But the thing is, you don't have to hold the whole world in yours. The only thing you need to hold in your hands is you. That's it. And I've learned this from my spirit tribe, you guys. And when I say spirit tribe, you guys will find out that, you know, if you haven't watched my other videos, my spirit tribe is my angels, my guides, my spirit animals, the elements, and so much more. And once I started to go within me through meditation, visualizations, through hypnosis, doing hypnosis on myself, because I was tired of not having the funds. I did it once and I was tired of just not having the funds, or not being able to travel to get something done, and waiting for other people to respond back to me when I wanted a service done. And I couldn't understand it, because I was just like, if I want to pay my money for a service, why won't you just respond in enough time? Or, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I would go through that. So I just started learning how to do things on my own. I just started becoming my own teacher. I just started listening to all of the different, I'll say, phases or shapes of me, energies of me. And so you already know, I'm not going to say it, but you know, this is for you. You know where you are in your life right now. You know it's time for you to walk in your purpose. And before you get to everything else, before you get to the bonus, before you get to the bonus in life, which is doing other things, you know, that you enjoy, whether it's cooking, dancing, singing, playing an instrument, speaking, being a reader, whatever it is, it first starts with self. You've got to know you before you can move on to all these other things. So if you're asking yourself why it's not working out for you, if you're asking yourself why you start things and you can't finish it, why you start things and you start going after what you feel like you want to do in life, and it seems like it's not working like it is for everyone else, do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Are you being yourself? Ask yourself those questions, because that's where you need to start to find out what comes after your first purpose in life. Your first purpose is all you. It's all you. After that, the fun begins. Well, more fun. It's fun to me. Oh gosh, I don't want to say the whole journey is fun, because oh my gosh, some of it sucks. I'm just being honest. Oh my gosh, some of it sucks and it hurts. I mean, I can't even tell you. I should have like a 6-pack right now. All the tears I've shed recently, and all the like stomach, you know, like going like this. Like, that's how I've been crying recently, you guys. Not just the tears and no, I've been like like, y'all, it has been real. So it's been real for me. So I'm just being real with you guys. And I'm gonna leave it here. All right, you guys, I can't wait for the next video. Don't forget to just like and subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. Join this tribe. This tribe is going to be growing really quickly, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. I've learned that too. I'm just going to coast. I'm going to ride the waves. I'm just going to do what I love to do, and I know my tribe is going to meet me right where I am, and that's you. Okay? Whatever you need is going to meet you right where you are, but you got to start with yourself and then evolve from there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you guys. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I hope you get it. You are magic. So today, be magical and spread love.